Hey guys, it's Anthony here, Super Service. I've got Mike's truck here. It's an 05. It's like just a Lariat. We're gonna get a diag set up here. It is 168,000 miles. Let's go ahead and get some screens set up here. Hang on. All right, here you go. 3131 is the VIN. 168,000 miles. It's dark here. I'm doing it dark. You can kind of see the stuff in the back. Just make sure that says your truck, Mike. Let's go ahead and let's pull some codes out and let's see what we got. Hang on. All right, we got cylinder 3 contribution balance, key in circuit. That sucks. That means fuel gauge probably dropping to E. Sending unit in the tank. All these transfer case codes, they always come up. But we got cylinder 3 contribution balance and the fuel gauge sending unit. So that would be why the fuel gauge has dropped. Let's get the data logger open and we'll see what we see. Hang on. Okay, here you go. We're just initially looking at stuff here. FICM is showing 48, but the EVP is a hair high. 0.91 volts. I mean, generally like to see 0.8, 0.88, 0.87. 0.91 is just a hair high. You can see it is a cold start. We're 48 degrees on the coolant, 46 on the oil. Got good ICP volts. You know, it's pretty much looking all right. Let me kick the key off and let's see what the FICM does being 40 degrees out. Ooh, I think we got a battery issue. These lights dimmed way down. Yeah, we need batteries. I haven't not tried to start it, but yeah, down in the 10s, low 11s, just kicking the key on, we need batteries. FICM appears to be okay. What we're gonna do, hopefully it's got enough juice. We're gonna go and fire it up, watch the FICM right here. We're gonna watch for it to stop, to drop. Anything under 45, that means we gotta address it. But I'm gonna cycle it one more time so I'm not explaining it. Fuel pump kick on. I'm gonna go right to power balance once the chatter stops. Here we go. 47. All right, here we go. Okay, I'll get ready to shut contribution off right here. The computer compensates for a weak injector. I hit this button over here on the right of the screen and that will shut off that compensation. It'll throw the stock amount of fuel to every injector. Here we go. Look at number 5. Number 3 is just, look at 5. 5's kind of acting up. I mean, it's not. And number 7, been trying to pick up for number 3. 7, 3, and 5, man, maybe we ought to just knock out the odd side. Look at 1 over here too. I mean, how could this happen that it's the odd side? That's kind of crazy. You know, I mean, 7's kind of iffy, so is 1, but 5 and 3, let's shut this off and let it go back to stock fuel. It'll compensate for it. That's just let's see what kind of volts and FICM, and it's charging real good. Wonder how long it's been parked, if it has been. Not sure if it's been parked. Fan speed showing okay. Ooh. Turbo's sitting at 84%, which means it's not seeing the boost that it wants to see. Generally that sucker would like to have it drop down a little bit. But let's let it warm up. It is real cold, so let's do this again. We got a low temperature. Idle just kicked up. This is with compensation on, so it is trying to compensate for that weak injector. You can see how 5 is kind of dropping a little bit right there. I mean, it's going to drop to the floor if I shut off the compensation, which there will come a time where the computer can no longer compensate for that weak injector. You know, like right now, 5 is overfueling than what it's supposed to throw in. It's overfueling it. You can tell right there when I shut it off, it's throwing original amount of fuel to it. So look how 7's being low. Now 1's looking all right, but I mean, it's looking like we probably ought to go ahead and do the passenger side. That's what it's, I mean, look at 5's dropping lower than 3 now. 7, 3, and 5. This is a 168,000 mile truck, so I don't know if injectors have ever been done. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, it's not a bad life, 11 years out of injectors. That's, I mean, it's not bad. 160,000 miles, yeah, it'd be nice to get a little more, but I mean, you know, I don't know that I would leave number 1 in there. I don't know. I mean, you know, you can if we want, you know, but I mean, number 1 just, it's the last man out, you know. We're gonna go in and do what looks, look at it, I felt it. Damn, look at number 8. Damn. Come on, number 8, stay alive. We'll go ahead and, I don't know, I thought I'd show this. It's we're getting ready to go ahead and cut out. If you look, it's Saturday, 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, whatever, I don't know, it sucks, but I mean, it's kind of warming up now, so we'll shut the compensation off now, and it's just throwing raw. Just right now it's compensating for the weak injector. Number 3 is no longer able to compensate. You know, number 5 is, and number 7 is. But the fact that they shut off when we throw the stock fuel to it, a healthy truck, you hit that compensation button right there, and it'll stay smooth. It'll run just like it does with it off or on. It doesn't make a bit of difference. So this is kind of like a stress test, I guess you could say, whatever. Boy, number 4 is getting the crap beat out of it too, right in between number 5 and 3. But look at number 7. Now it's number 7 will compensate for number 3 being low. You know, it's supposed to throw the stock fuel, but look at it. Shut that back off because it's a little cold to be doing that. Definitely number 3. But you saw number 5 at the beginning of the video, and number 7, and then number 1 was kind of acting up, but it appears to be all right now. You know, so I mean, if we want, I mean, we could just go in and do number 3. I mean, we could do that too. You know, just go do the 1. I mean, that's. But we're going to be having a lot of injector diag videos. It's getting cold out. It's chilly outside. It's like in the 30s. So summertime is over. Now it's survival of the fittest is what I call it. Every single injector start. Every cold start when it's down almost freezing, either plug that son of a gun in or you know, survival of the fittest on the injectors. Alright, I'll go ahead and most of the numbers appear to be alright. You know, we're charging pretty good. I mean, the battery's got to be getting a little old though. You know, we might need to address them freaking batteries. It's going to happen. We're going to do nothing but get colder, and when it drops down to high 10s, low 11s, just with the glow plugs on, yeah, we got issues. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. You know, the coolant's heating up faster than oil. By no means is that the actual oil cooler test, but you know, generally what I see is if the coolant does heat up and it's over 10 degrees more, once it gets saturated, then the oil will surpass the coolant. But if we're looking at a clogged cooler, man, I've seen it before where they don't heat up like that. But I don't know, by no means is that the test. So, alright, I mean, it's running fairly decent now. Register and fan speed, you know. Maybe we'll, let me see what we see here. Oh, look. I mean, at 84%, we got a boost issue. I wonder if it does what they call a turbo fart whenever you let off on the pedal, if it does it excessively, because we should be seeing some boost here. We should be seeing, I mean, at 900 RPM, maxed out open with as cold as it is right now, we should be seeing at least half a pound. And then it won't see it, and then it'll drop VGT down off of 84%. You know, it'll go down in the 70s and then drop down in the 50s, and then once it gets warmer, you know, it'll drop down even lower. But we're not, it's basically locked trying to build boost right now, and there's no boost. That's the boost right there. So that sucks. Let me let it warm up a bit. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, I was just backing it out, and you could definitely hear when it kicked it, when it turbo freed up, because now we're seeing it 63%, half a pound. So now we're seeing it, and you could definitely, I could hear it. You could hear it when it popped loose. You could definitely hear it. So yeah, so we're hang on, let me get it back in the spot here. All right, I just backed in the spot. It's really loping now. Imagine what it's going to do when I... Damn, it's working number 4. Damn, that sucks. Hang on. See, turbo freed up. So, that says right there, turbos. Holy crap, it's over boosting. 1 pound, 50% VGT. Hang on a second, let's see what we see here. Oh goddamn, oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look under the hood. I wonder if, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look under the hood, because yeah, it's over boosting. It's definitely up there. I wonder if this is a stock EGR system. Let me see where the EGR's at. Damn. That's a lot of boost at 1200 RPM, 57% VGT. Generally at 84% VGT, you see 2.1, 2.2, sometimes as high as 2.5. We're up in the 3.5s and 4s on this number right here. That's the actual boost inside the intake. So, damn it, man. Let's go ahead and run it real quick. Here we go. I'll go ahead and just stay on video here all the way through it. There you go. See what the EVP is. Yeah, 14.8. It's high. That's what that was reading too. It's reading high. It could be, I mean, it could be clogged up. Tube could be clogged up and holding pressure inside of it. Or it could be the sensor starting to go. Or we could be leaking. This 05, I didn't look underneath the hood to see where the EVP sensor was. We could have a coolant leak going on from the degas bottle, either a crack in the bottle or, God forbid, anything coming out of the cap and getting down on the EVP sensor, and it could short it out, or it could be in the beginnings of shorting it out. So, oh, I didn't start it. Hang on. Too busy talking here. Here we go. We want to see like 2.1 here. This closes the EGR valve. Look at that. It just jumped up quick. Yeah, we got to get this turbo off. We got to get this turbo off because it's, I mean, it's, oh yeah. You can hear it squealing. I can hear the unison ring squealing. So this, I would get this turbo off and cleaned before I would even do injectors, because it's important. We're over boosting like this, 2.94. I mean, if in the pedal hard, you could, I mean, we could be pushing 30 pounds of boost out of this thing, or 35 pounds of boost. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But we need to warm it up a little more. But it's definitely, I mean, just the fact that you can hear the unison ring squealing, that says it right there. Get that son of a gun off, get it cleaned up so that we can get the right amount of boost. And then I'll check that EBP sensor. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. Got a little diag going. I think I got a couple of videos I gotta upload. So I mean, definitely number 3 for sure. You know, and you saw at the cold start how the freaking odd side was just trying to get replaced. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. Have a good night.